this channel update for July, I guess. Now what I usually do when I go through my channel update is chat about sort of things which are going on my channel, stuff which might be coming to an end, stuff which I'm going to be starting, and things like that. But in the background you'll notice there's a game which I haven't played on my channel. It's called Divinity Original Sin, and I just started getting back into playing it. I wanted to be playing something off camera a little bit more. And Divinity was a game which I played when it first came out a few years ago. I actually put 30 hours into it according to my Steam account. But then, I don't know, maybe other things came out and I stopped playing it. But I always really enjoyed it. And then the Enhanced Edition came out, and I think you got that free perhaps if you had the original. So I downloaded it again, thought I'll check it out. It was the Enhanced Edition, and made a lot of really cool changes to it. And I've started playing it again, and according to my Steam account I have popped in on the Enhanced Edition 12 hours in it, and I'm really enjoying it. I'll tell you a little bit about the game. So as you can probably tell, it's one of those sort of RPGs. It's got turn-based combat, but what really makes it stand out for me from the kind of crowd of other RPGs out there is the quest system and also the combat system. So if we start with the combat system, a lot of it is kind of you have a party of up to 4, 2 characters you start off with, who are think of them as your one character, maybe your main character, but there's 2 of them. You customize them however you want when you start, different classes, different skills, but as you go through the game, everybody can kind of like have. There's not like, oh, if you're a wizard, you just do, you can't do anything else. You can like cross-train people to do different things, which is really cool. Yeah, then you have 2 extra people, and it's like there's a lot of like synergies and combos and things like that which work really well. So for example, you could cast a spell. One of your characters could cast a spell which creates an massive oil puddle which the enemies are in, which slows them down, and then another character, or possibly even the same one, could maybe fire a fire arrow or use a fire spell to ignite that oil, doing massive damage to the enemy. And it's lots of little things like that. The other thing would be someone could cast a rain spell which to make it rain, and then another one could use shock magic to kind of like shock lots of them because they're wet. It applies more, and it's really cool like that. And it can be quite difficult. I am actually playing it on the easiest difficulty because I just kind of am enjoying playing through and doing things rather than like going through for the real kind of intense tactical min-maxing kind of thing. But that is there if you want to do that. So I really love that kind of style, and I wanted to play something turn-based as well because I have a real hankering for XCOM at the minute, but I'll go into that later. The other side of it, which I absolutely adore to the game, is the quest system. So as I said, you have 2 main characters. Now the kind of cool thing about that is your main characters get different character personality traits, and this may make one of them not want to do something that the other one's doing. I'll give you an example. I went to go and dig up a grave which may have some information there I need. Now my male character was fine with it. The female character didn't want to do that. She didn't feel right about digging up the grave. What then happens is you go into this little mini game of paper, rock, scissors, and whoever wins it, you get like a few rounds, and also the different score you have based upon charisma increases your ability to win. But whoever wins it deals with it, and because the female character won, I couldn't dig the hole up. That was it. And that's kind of really cool. You can also be played co-op as well, so you can actually have those 2 main characters controlled by 2 different people, which is kind of really cool as well. Like, you don't see many games games which have like couch co-op anymore, so that's pretty cool actually. I think I would have enjoyed playing this back in the day, you know, with my friends, but I guess not many that were into RPGs thinking about it, but it could have been fun. Anyway, so that's really cool, and then the actual quest system itself is really cool because it anchors back to the good old days when you didn't have quest markers, you didn't have it holding your hand and going through it. So for example, you come onto the island to investigate a murder, so you go off and you try and find, and you have to talk to people and find out about stuff, and then you come up with this kind of like list of suspects, and then you have to work out a way to narrow it down on the suspects, and you find clues and red herrings along the way which might help you or hinder you, and like there's many different ways to solve the crime, you know, from kind of like strong arming your way around to more kind of like subtle methods, shall we say. And I give you an example of something that was super cool in it. So you can give, well, your character can get a skill, I think it's called Pet Pal, something like that, which allows you to talk to animals, which is actually really, really cool. And so you go to the grave of the person who died, and you find his faithful dog there, and you speak to the dog, and he's like, yeah, I can sniff out, you know, the murderer. And you're like, okay, come with us. And he's like, no, I'm not going with you, I'm staying here. So you have to bring bits from the different suspects, like clothing items from them, to the dog. Now, what was funny, when I played through, I accidentally disturbed a grave next to, well, not accidentally, I purposely did it, just next to the dog, and this ghost came out and he gave me a riddle, and I failed the riddle, so he attacked me, and the dog came over and started helping me, but he died. So I just cut off that avenue, but there was like loads of different ways I could go on the quest, so it's really, really cool. The enhanced edition improves the graphics. It allows you to move the camera around, which you couldn't do in the original one. It's now fully voice acted. It wasn't voice acted before, and the voice acting is really good as well. So every single line in it is voice acted, which is really, really good. Really impressive actually. And I think it adds a few other tweaks and things like that as well to the game. There's a couple of extra companions you can get, and there's obviously some other kind of DLC bits and bobs which go with it as well, but I've been really, really impressed with the game actually. And if you are kind of hankering for something like that, and there's a little bit of a glut at the minute of, not glut, sorry, the opposite to a glut, there's a little bit of a famine, I guess, at the minute of games coming out. So, you know, if you are looking at getting back into something or playing an older game and you love the kind of like old school RPGs, then I recommend it. I've also been playing it on controller as well. You might say that's really weird, playing on PC with a controller, because it's also on console as well, so if you're a console gamer you can pick it up. But the controls are really good, and I've been playing it in bed, so I don't obviously want to have a keyboard and mouse and just like relaxing like that with it, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's my little, I guess, beginning review of Divinity Original Sin. It's got a really cool storyline, interesting characters. Let's say the combat's really fun if you love kind of like RPG leveling and, you know, unlocking new skills and things like that, then it's pretty cool. Really, it gives you a lot of freedom to do what you want to do, a lot of freedom. And as I say, I like games where there's multiple ways to you know, solve quests, and it doesn't just, you know, so if you do a quest, it won't just be like, okay, go here, talk to this person. It'll make you work that out for yourself, which is pretty cool. Or for example, there was a quest where it wasn't really a quest, but I turned up at the town and in the harbour they'd just been attacked by orcs, and one of the boats was on fire, and there's a load of guys chucking water on it, and it just so happened that one of my team could add some water arrows, so I fired one of them at the boat. They didn't tell me to do that or anything, and then they were like, oh, you saved the boat, well done, you know. So it's pretty cool. I like things like that as well. So yeah, if you're interested, check the game out. I don't know how much it is. Just see on Steam right now it is going for $29.99, and now it might sound like a lot, and we just had a Steam sale, I guess, but the game's like 80 hours long. So from a point of view of your money per hour, don't worry, you're going to get a lot out of it. I don't know if I'm going to finish the game. I'm probably going to try, but 80 hours is a long time, and I'm also a bit more of a finicky player as well, so it could be even longer, but I am using a bit of a walkthrough as well in case I get stuck, because again, I don't want to be there forever playing it, because we don't have forever. Speaking of forever though, what is going on my channel right now? So obviously with the kind of like finishing the main story, I guess, of Zelda, it left a rather large gap on my channel of things to put up. So I started 2 new series in Ori and Bioshock Infinite, but I purposely made sure they were series where the game is fairly short, 8 to 10 hours long. There's another couple of games I think we're going to play as well. Ideally I'm going to play all these before and finish them before September, so I mean I've got a month and a half, so I think it's possible. Yeah, really enjoying playing both of those games. They're really good. I know they're probably not going to be the most popular game series or whatever I've done, but a lot of the time I just play games on here which I want to play, if that makes sense. If I wanted to be uber popular, then I'd probably probably play like Black Ops 2 or something weird like that. I'm not going to do that, by the way, before anybody asks. But yeah, so Zelda, it probably, by the time this video's gone up, has already come back, but it won't be back with the regularity of the previous series, so probably just a couple of videos a week of it as we go through and do bits on the DLC. Maybe I'll do some streams, so there could be some long stream episodes go up as well, while I just kind of I want to finish off getting all the shrines and also do the DLC, and then kind of put it to rest until the next DLC comes out, and then play through that and then carry on. But I will also be starting up Wind Waker again very soon. I picked up a Wii U controller, one of my massive complaints from the from playing through Wind Waker to begin with was that, man, that Wii U gamepad is just not good. So I actually tried to buy an official Wii U gamepad because I like to do things properly, and you just cannot get them anymore, at least in the UK. I looked on Amazon and the cheapest one was like £60, and it wasn't even like Amazon Prime either. You had to pay shipping as well, and the rest of them were all used as well, and I was like, wow, okay. So I brought a cheap copy thing. Hopefully it'll be okay. It obviously doesn't feel as good as the Pro controller I have for the Switch, but it certainly feels a lot better than the gamepad, so hopefully it will be a bit better. I don't know how much longer we're going to have on Wind Waker. I know that there is some long quest bit coming up to do with Tingle, but I think it's easier to do in the Wii U version because it gave you a almost like a teleport thing, but I don't think I've got that much left on it. And then we will start Twilight Princess after that, and that will what I'll probably do. It kind of depends on how the time goes, but as I said, I'm going to start playing through Wind Waker. I have Monday and Tuesday off. This is probably going to go up on Monday, so I'm going to start playing Wind Waker then, and then so that may go up from Wednesday onwards. And yeah, I'll probably start Twilight Princess straight afterwards, and then we may take a break things go when the second DLC, the Ballad of the Champions, comes out for Breath of the Wild, because that's more of a story one. I've played a bit of the, as you would have already seen, of the first DLC for Zelda, and boy oh boy, that's a pain in the backside, isn't it? I actually really enjoy it, but I do not enjoy the fact that you cannot save. I find that frustrating. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that, but that's what it is, you know, there's nothing I can do about that, so I'm just going to have to just work my way around it, I guess. So, what is going to be, so what's still going on my channel? Okay, so as I said, we got Ori and Bioshock, Red Dead Redemption still ticking over. I don't know how many episodes I got of that. I would imagine I would finish that by September as well. That was kind of my idea to begin with, although I did say I wanted to play through the Undead Nightmare DLC-esque thing, but I'll probably save that for like Halloween. Maybe we'll do a stream on it or something like that around then. That could be quite cool, I think. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic is still going on. I haven't played that for a little while because I had a binge day where I literally played it for like 9 hours. I was just in love with it so much. That was a part of the reason why I wanted to play Divinity as well, because I was like, I realised how much I miss playing those kind of like role-play games. They're the sort of games I grew up on. A lot of people say to me, oh, why are you so bad at, like, you know, twitchy games? The answer is because I didn't play them growing up. You know, it's a skill which I've tried to acquire over the last sort of, I don't know, 5 to 10 years, rather than people who have like just grown up from a young age and just that skill's become natural. Yeah, I grew up on like RPGs basically, and so I love playing through them. And yeah, I mean, Star Wars is going to go on for a long time. I think I'd be surprised if I finished it this year, but I might do. Got some ideas what I want to do after that. I may even do Divinity Original Sin 2, because that's coming out this year. But again, that would depend upon a few things. I mean, undertaking that game and playing on the channel is a massive undertaking. There's a few RPGs I would like to play. Pillars of Eternity, Tyranny, but you know, you're talking like 80-hour games, and like that is a massive commitment to make for games which, in all honesty, will probably not be that popular. They'd be popular with me, and I'd enjoy playing it, I think, but you know, I don't know if you guys would necessarily enjoy that type of thing. So yeah, that's kind of going onwards, as is Skyrim, as always, and will always probably carry on forever and ever. What are we up to now? We're up to like 82, I think, on Skyrim. So yeah, we're getting close to that episode 100. And like looking at where we are now, I actually thought we'd be further through by episode like where we are, but I'm not disappointed in that, because I'm still enjoying playing it, and I think people still enjoy watching it. So it's just a classic, isn't it? Really, can't go wrong with it. Still playing through Morrowind on the Elder Scrolls Online. I'm really enjoying that because it's nice to start a new character and play and learn the Warden and do things on there. I'm very undecided at the minute on what sort of character I want to build, whether I want to go light armour, heavy armour, what type of weapon I want to use. But I'll kind of figure out what I want to do, I guess, as I go through there. And so far Morrowind's been really fun. It's very, very pretty, which is super cool. So it's just nice to play in it, and quite nostalgic as well. Yeah. So we've still got going on. So City Skylines, I think I'm going to bring that to an end. I feel like I hit every milestone. I feel like I've done everything I want to do in that. And yeah, so I think I'm gonna finish that. There was 7 parts to it. It's kind of like 7 hours almost. So, and I don't feel like there's a lot more to achieve in it than I did. I built a big city. It's making a lot of money. There's a lot of people moving in. It's got like 82,000. I said I wanted to get to 100,000, but I don't really mind stopping where I am. But I did really enjoy playing that game through. I was surprised at how much I still remembered about things like that because I hadn't played it for a long time. But again, games like that and SimCity, I grew up playing a lot of that sort of game, so it's built into me, if you know what I mean. So yeah, pretty cool. Obviously we're over 1,000 videos now, which is fantastic. Yeah, thank you for your continued support on the channel. It's always much appreciated. Hearthstone, as always, that's coming back a little bit stronger now. I had a bit of a just frustration with Hearthstone actually. I just wasn't really enjoying it, but I wasn't really enjoying it because I was putting too much pressure on myself to make a video where I didn't just lose every game, and that just doesn't happen because I don't play the meta decks, as it were. So I thought instead I'd put up some videos where I'd try and have some fun and do something different, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that. I'm not going to say I'm going to do that every episode, but yeah, it was nice to kind of just play it, especially the second episode, where I say the second one, it doesn't really make sense, but I recorded 2 in a day. So I recorded the What's Yours Is Mine, and then the one where everything bad about Hearthstone or everything I hate about Hearthstone. I recorded those straight after each other, so but I actually enjoyed playing it, which was good. There's a new expansion coming out in August. I'll talk about more of that in another video sometime. It's very, very early from when I'm recording this to when the announcement came out, and we've only seen a couple of cards. I can't say I'm 100% impressed with what I've seen so far, but again, we've seen a couple of cards, so who knows. But yeah, I'm going to continue to play Hearthstone. But I am teetering on. I'm at a crossroads. I can turn left and I continue to put out Hearthstone content, or I can turn right and just turn around and go, this game's moved in a direction I don't enjoy, and so I'm going to stop playing it. And I think this expansion is kind of make or break for me. Where we go, it's totally fine. Look, Blizzard can make the game however they want, but at the end of the day, if I stopped enjoying the style that they're pushing through in the game, or a lot of the things they do in the game, then I won't play it. Couple that with the massive financial investment you have to make to play the game at a competitive level, it wouldn't be the end of the world for me if I just turned around and said, I'm going to give Hearthstone a break. But again, I'll have a look at what this expansion is going to bring in, see what's going to happen, see if there's some really interesting things going on, and we'll see how it goes. I mean, I actually recorded a video just ranting about the things which I think are wrong in Hearthstone, and in some ways that made me feel better because I just got a lot of the stuff off my chest which I just was annoyed about. But I'm not going to put it up, mostly because it didn't record any of the audio. So I just was ranting at myself for 47 minutes, which is clever. So yeah, just trying to think what else I've got going on. So we've spoken about the new series. Oh, Sherlock Holmes as well. Really enjoying that. That's so cool. I picked up in the Steam sale the other Sherlock Holmes, the slightly newer one. So I'll probably play that afterwards. I've forgotten what it's called now. The Devil's Daughter. That's it. it's a little bit different. I think that's been a bit like hit and miss with some people. Some people have really loved it according to the reviews, and some people haven't really liked it that much. So I'm interested to know like how it comes about. But I'm really enjoying Sherlock Holmes, and I kind of like putting it up on a Sunday, like afternoonish. I feel like it's a perfect sort of Sunday afternoon game. So yeah, I'm going to continue to do that and just really enjoy it. It's a game I'd wanted to play for so long. I'd seen little bits of it and just thought, yeah, I'd really enjoy that, and I thought it would suit the style very well, and I hope it does. But it seems to have been pretty popular so far, so that's really cool. Yeah, I'm gonna do a video soon, potentially this week, talking about Breath of the Wild, my thoughts on it, having finished the game. So be prepared for a last video on that. Yeah, that should be fun. Because I've been doing a few like videos recently where I've just been called it like let's chat about, and then there's particular games. I did one on like Assassin's Creed, and I did one on, what else did I do? E3, obviously, and stuff like that. And I might do one on like Destiny as well, and just talk about that and you know, what's coming up. Because yeah, the main thing is looking forward to the future. Is, I mean, we've got the Hearthstone expansion coming in August, so that does fill a bit of a void, because otherwise there's not really much coming out until September-ish. Now I've spoken about Mario Rabbids, Mario Rabbids. Sorry, I keep calling them Wabbits. I don't know why, but Mario Rabbids crossover. Which I'm genuinely excited for, but I don't know if I'm actually going to play that on the channel or not. But the other thing that's coming out, which kind of like I kind of missed on E3, or I dismissed it, shall we say, and that is the new XCOM 2 expansion. Actually can't remember what it's called now, but it looks very interesting. Adds a lot of new things to the game. Feels very different, and I kind of been saying that I really love XCOM, both the games, and I played all the originals as well. I have like 112 hours in XCOM Enemy Unknown, and I have just over 40 in XCOM 2 because I haven't played it since my first playthrough of it. So I haven't played any of the DLC that came with it, even though I own it. And with the new DLC that's coming out as well, there would be a lot of new stuff in there, so I think I might start a playthrough of that, but it would be a long playthrough. The other thing as well is that it's really difficult and apparently it gets harder with this DLC. So the other thing that kind of I'm thinking about is, do I want to have a game where I'm going to like have to replay missions and stuff like that? So I have to think about what difficulty level I want to put it on and stuff like that, you know, and how we go through. I'm not going to be doing anything like an Iron Man, you know, impossible difficulty playthrough or anything like that, because I'm not that good at the game to be able to do that. But yeah, I'll have a little think about it. So I think we're going to play that when it comes out. And so I guess that and Hearthstone are really the two big games coming up. I'm going to do a few little one-off videos as well, just to kind of tick things over, you know, before we get through to kind of like September time when things start coming out. We've got the beta, I think, for Destiny 2 coming up in July, very soon actually, and I don't know if you can do videos and put that up. I'll have to check the terms and conditions, but if you can, I will do. I'm a little bit torn about whether or not, because I know from what they said there's the first story mission, there's a strike, and I think something else as well, and I'm a little bit torn about what I want to play, because when you think about it, I don't know if I want to play through the first story mission. Kind of spoils things a little bit. Kind of want to save that, you know, but on the other hand, I would like to try it out and see what's new, and they may well tweak things, I guess, by the time the game comes out. So yeah, yeah, I'll try and play through that. I mean, obviously these betas can be like the Wild West on things, or they might just not allow anybody to put up videos, or they might just allow certain people to do it, so I'll have to check the terms and conditions to what I can do there. But yeah, there's not a huge amount, as I say, kind of coming out, so I'm going to do a few little one-offs, might revisit some one-off things that I've done before, might do some interesting things, got some interesting things that I'm thinking about doing, and a couple of games which I think I might start up series on once I kind of get a feel, I guess, or perhaps once I completed Ori and Bioshock, I'll maybe jump into, because the other games I was thinking of playing were a game called Valley, which I've actually played through the first sort of hour twice, because I did record it first off when I so I did record it first off when, and then I had all those audio troubles, so I had to get rid of it, and it happened twice. Would you believe it? So yeah, that wasn't very good at all. But it was really good fun. The game was really cool, so I do want to play it again. And the other one is Rhyme, so I'm thinking of picking up Rhyme and playing through it, because it kind of looks pretty cool. I know it's had a kind of mixed reception, but it's something I'm very interested in, definitely. So we'll see anyway. We'll see how time works out and stuff like that. But you could potentially be getting a playthrough of them, and they're both fairly short games again, 8 to 10 hour games. So I can put up kind of like, 10 to 12 episodes on it, and kind of be done with it, and just enjoy it. So that's really cool. And there may be things that should pop up as well, which take me by surprise. So I guess we'll wait and see on that. Really. But yeah, so I think, obviously from September onwards things are going to get crazy, and I'm going to work really hard up until that point to get myself a good backlog, so that when Destiny comes out and stuff like that, I can play through that game and not have to worry too much about playing a lot of the other stuff, and just kind of concentrate on that and play through that and get videos up on that, because I know a lot of people are excited about that. I'm not going to go like crazy overboard with it, because I know that I don't want to like alienate everybody who's just not interested in Destiny, but there will be some episodes go up, probably some streams as well, things like that. So yeah, it looks pretty cool. Hopefully it'll be good. I mean, if it turns out to be total trash, then probably won't do very much on it, but so far it seems pretty positive with how it's going, and yeah, looking forward to that and the other games coming out, particularly things like Mario Odyssey, stuff like that as well. So it's pretty cool. I think the future is bright, as they say, and I'm definitely still enjoying making all these videos and things like that, which is surprising, honestly. I thought by now I'd probably be hating it, but I don't. But yeah, I guess that's kind of it for the channel update, as it were. I mean, if you guys have any questions or anything like that about anything, or any suggestions, or what you want to see me play and stuff like that, you're more than welcome to drop a comment or whatever, however you like. I may not go through and actually do the thing you want, but I'll always consider it, and always check out games which people suggest if I don't know the game, and have a look at things. Sometimes it's just not going to be for me, which is fair. It's fair enough, isn't it? And sometimes it looks really cool, so we have to wait and see, I guess. But yeah, I recommend Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition. It's worth checking out. And I guess that's pretty much about it, as always. Gonna have an interesting different series coming up as well soon, so keep an eye out for that. Might be the old return of the face cam, who knows. But yeah, so thanks a lot for watching, and I catch you guys next time.